So, finding the Lesh, and it looks like SC very low. Fate trying to keep him alive, but not going to happen.
Yep, no tell made a great play there. He actually dispelled the heal as it came out on Flesh.
You mentioned that in the draft. Yeah. These little things add up. Playmaking.
Level 2 Shadow Word. And that's the strength of Brew mid in that if you have a matchup that can't punish you too hard, like Lesh, I mean, it's really just any hero that can't threaten you until level 6. Your level 6 is naturally going to give you way more power in the laning phase just because you're split on top of them, and what do you do?
So, Phase Boots on Spectre now, and they're getting aggressive down here again, turning it on to Kaka. They get the damage that they can. They got him caught for the moment. Glimpse off cooldown, 3 seconds. Does have another World Strike at 5. Kaka isolated, dead.
Well, he might just die to the Fatal Bonds on Spectre.
Trying to make it happen. They're doing a lot of right clicks. They're turning on to Seb, and they do still deal a good bit of damage here. Right clicking onto Jerax, but
he cancels his TP. Oh, I know, he doesn't have TP.
Wait, he has the Shadow Word. Still going. He might be dead here, trying to TP away. Very close to away, but dies in the fountain.
That's so unfortunate. He loses, like when you TP as well, and they're going to lose the ward on the side because they placed that vision to the left a bit earlier, so they soft line place that down. Super unfortunate for Seth.
And these nighttime wards are pretty important.
And to your point, if there was a Soul Ring on Doom, I actually think that this lane wouldn't even be close because he'd be able to spam that just
he went Phase Boots for like kill potential, but I don't think he actually needs it.
Yeah, I agree, because you just out regen and kind of soften them up. They can only ever go for a kill on Doom if all 3 of these heroes are like 80% plus. You just weaken the Spectre at maybe 60%. He can't threaten kills anymore.
And it lets you push the tower too, because it shoves the creep wave. He's keeping the catapult alive by tanking for the tower. I think that's really important as well. Slark is free farming top. That's the one thing is now that you have the support warlock that can just say any lane bottom, you don't really need to have kill threat. You just need to say we can shove this lane continuously, put pressure on, because Slark is not going to get pressure.
And that's what we've talked about in the past, right? You leave your carry alone, he's going to start dominating by himself. It's really important, and Slark level 6 can do just that. You don't fear DK's harass at all. DK is going to be threatened by your Essence Shift. Mid lane is the big thing, though, because you have a level 8 Brew. He has split up again. About to be level 7 on Estra. We'll see.
Yeah, this Slark cannot die until Disruptor 6, though.
Daggering for creeps down here as well. And with the scan hitting, that should put the kibosh on the attempt mid. And in fact, if they're not careful, they might get wrapped around on here. Jerax moving over to try and secure the rune, but with the lightning...
No stun coming out? Interesting.
Okay. Saving the mana, maybe? He doesn't have a TP. Does have the raindrops, though.
They're all here.
Chasing forward for Fate now. See if they can find this one kill. Fate denied to the neutrals.
Tails going naked blank after the brown boots. He almost has 4 gold. Not sure how much I love that.
It's hit or miss, right? Because if he makes it work and they get a couple of towers for free off the blink, it'll pay for itself. But as we've discussed many times, if you invest in his blink dagger early, it severely limits your ability to stay on map and continue killing creep players. Which seems to be the name of the game.
What is the saying? He wants to use it.
Push back. Still staying alive. Burrows there. The damage over time and the right click should be enough to get that kill. Another TP in from Slug. No glimpse this time. And he might be able to find some people retreating. Not enough mana for the ulti, but they do have stick charges. So Brew just going to pick up a regen and walk away.
It's one of those TPs that he doesn't lose much on because he had already shoved the tower top. So he misses, he'll lose 1 creep, right? But then he can just run straight back. And in the meantime, he defends his mid tower. Almost in deny range. A little unfortunate that they didn't let it go. That might have been planned by OG. Because it is always worth denying towers nowadays, because the 0 gold is obviously a big change.
Well, level 6 keep here also. They might think about trying to find something, although Spectre has evacuated the lane.
He's also level 6 on Spectre, so we may be seeing a haunt play with this Brew split. Follow the Brewmaster for sure, I think. In terms of kills, he has a regen rune, blink dagger.
He's going to go Urn on Spectre, by the way, which I agree with, in truth, because it allows them to have a core that can itemize for, like, the Urn Spirit Vessel, which is a big item for the hero. Like, they need one on the team, so... again, scores 5-1, but still a slight edge for NEWBEE, and if you look at their vision in this bottom side of the map, well, they're crushing it right now, and they'll have total control over the smoke. OG supports on the backside. Like, this will catch them off. They won't expect this because they have vision all over the area.
Still getting ready to move in. It's just contesting for the bounty runes for now, but eventually might make that move.
Brew has TP, no blink just yet.
Dyer's middle
He's doing something else. He has 3,000 gold.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Runs into the sentry. Should have known that was there because that ward was dewarded earlier, but at the same time, it's 4 seconds left on that sentry, so still a little unfortunate.
Talked about it. The blink is there on Brew. The mid tower is down. S4 took that one while the rotations were going on. And over to the side here, Mookie finds himself Mr. Fly, and that is not quite enough for a kill. Running away. Dota showed up as well as Seth. They're trying to TP a little bit.
They have soul.
Hookshot comes in, able to break it, and Mookie now nowhere left to run. Trying to get out of it. A stun connects, and Mookie dead.
Well played, but 5-man forced to rotate, but that is the key hero of the kill. So I think OG's happy with that, but they need to force a fight with this Blink Brew. It's not going to be enough to just push down towers, mirror map. They need to find an area where they can get a fight on an enemy objective. Heroes plus towers.
Brew on to KP, find them with the Haunt as well. They just picked up the Urn on Seb, so getting some of those charges, very much what they want to do, although this guy's still very key to turn around. They're able to get off the Fatal Bonds as well. Seb dropping somewhat low, but it looks like they're going to be able to purge it, keep him alive. The turnaround, the SC Guns get the stun, they aren't going to get a missed. Oh no.
No-Tail's playing an excellent Brew. This is certainly a hero he thrives on. He's playing it near flawlessly. Great rotation. He even chooses to blink split instead of clap first, because if he gets doomed there, that whole play just gets ruined.
Good stuff. The person that people have been criticizing for a while showing up, and No-Tail proven what everybody always knew. He's still a very top-tier player.
Would you like to see like a more of a Radiance or like a Vlad
Radiant's
build
bottom tower is under attack.
It depends. If you're going Vlad, you need to be looking Ocean, maybe even end game. Like, see, here's the thing, right? You have it depends on the way Spectre wants to play this game. If he wants to continue playing this really active Spectre, then I think you can kind of push that.
Damage onto this Clockwork, but KP is dead yet again, and they can maybe just deny it, see if they can do it. Oh, yeah. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Slark is allowing these wards bottom. He knows they see him. And
he was pinging him a bit. Yeah, he just pinged that there's one on that high ground that they should catch that.
It's just pretty important, I think, as Slark. It's like one of his greatest benefits as a carry.
Thing is, it's tough, right? Because Warlock, you have no real... Warlock doesn't have any methods of actually acquiring gold, so...
Yeah, I guess the other thing you could do maybe is have one of the other supports pick him up some sentries and stick it with the Slark like we've seen some people do.
It's just, you don't want Sand King to do that. He's trying to rush a Blink Dagger. It's probably better off, but still.
I think Slarks can buy it themselves. You actually get more gold for the D-Ward than you do for purchasing the Sentry.
I agree.
They are smoked up on NEWBEE here. They don't have Warlock Golem, but they do.
Jerix has Hookshot, but that is going to be tough for him to get out of there. The full connection with the stun, still looking for opening. He catches onto Roche and gets denied. Easy peasy.
Meanwhile, he's just farming on Spectre. I like that he is going active items. I'm surprised he is going Ring of Aquila, Urn, and Drum. A little bit too, maybe a little too much, I'm not sure.
Fall back into the Static Storming. AP going to be found again. It's a lot of little items that's going to help this get this kill. Probably would have had it anyways, but...
Yeah, the thing that Spectre does, the same way as Storm would have, is that they have the win condition. If the game continues, Spectre gets stronger and stronger, right? So especially with the support of a Brew, he doesn't care about anything that NEWBEE can do to him, as long as he has enough items to be able to contest defensively.
Oh, nice stun there also onto No-Tail. He has an Easter and trying to run. The call is on to 2, but the turnaround is going to be there as well. Some damage onto OG, but also NEWBEE loses a couple heroes there. NEWBEE trying to get away with Moogie. Seb is going to die. Looks like Jerix might be able to get out of there. But 2 so far cores for the cost of a Warlock.
Meantime, Sand King still just shoving that bottom lane, continuing to farm and accelerate.
This is the most important thing for 4-position heroes to be doing at this stage in the game. A little bit of a DC here, but a lot of 4-position heroes, I feel like a lot of players that play heroes like Sand King, they feel pressured to participate in this stage in the game. And the fact is that the usefulness you have right now is minuscule compared to that earlier timing on your blink. And just, this is like the R&R time that Kaka needs, and he is how far away from his blink? He's only 800 gold. That's only like 3 creep waves more, and the boundary rune spawning at 15 minutes. should have this probably in the next minute and a half or so if he continues having the space, which I see no reason why that should change with the Brewmaster being dead with no split and also the DK having used his ultimate top.
I mean, that's the thing, too. You sort of get into these fights on one whole side of the map, and with him farming, it's not just that he's pushing out the wave and putting pressure on the tower, but as you said, those bounty runes, it's an objective on top of it. He's going to be able to secure 2 of them.
And so a lot of people don't realize, but this is the most important hero on their team right now. Is despite the fact that Slark doesn't have his Shadow Blade yet, Sand King's Blink, like in terms of effectiveness of a hero on their team, that is by far the most drastic change in effectiveness in one item.
You listen here, China. The SJ's got a message for you.
Yeah, baby. And they clearly know that, though. That's the important thing, is that the Sand King, he could be at this fight, but he is choosing not to be. And he doesn't even have a TP up. Like, a lot of times these players on the 4 positions, they'll hold their TPs. They'll make sure they walk to the farm in order to participate. But he's like, no, this is my time. He knows why his team is doing exactly what they're doing. Why they smoked up top and looked for a fight there. We're seeing also a Crimson Guard on the Doom, work on a Vanguard. I don't know how much I like that. It's not that great against Spectre. You can purge it with the Brewmaster. You can't purge it?
Can't purge it. I was going to make the same point, but because it's not purgeable, it's actually the item.
Is that changed?
No, it's. I think it's just been that way. You can't purge certain block mechanics. It's something like it's incorrect, but like since there's something about like the way you purge, like I don't know how to put it. It's like a physical buff, right? I don't know.
You're talking about the active, right?
Yeah, it gives block. It's not purgeable.
Mechanics of
the extra, it says dispellable with any dispel.
But then it also says undispellable under that.
What the heck? So does it remove the icon that you're buff, but it still blocks?
I have no idea.
Okay. You know, it's Dota. You know, it's in beta. It's fine.
Look, I'm sure we're gonna see eventually. Like they're gonna.
Because I'm pretty sure it removes the visual, but there are certain abilities that actually work like that, where it removes the visual, but it still works. So I'm very curious. That matters a lot. I thought with like necrobooks and stuff, you could purge it.
Well, we'll see very shortly in the game. And
yes. Okay. It says on the tooltip dispellable. Was that changed?
Dude, don't ask me now. You got me questioning myself.
Now I'm questioning myself.
My confidence is shot.
Because we were talking about this, I swear, 2 days ago, and we were like, oh, it's not dispellable. But otherwise, like,
that wasn't me in that conversation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, if that's like this brew hero is gonna be,
he's gonna be insane.
Picked a hell of a lot more if people figure out that you can dispel like all of the OP items.
You can't dispel pipe. I know that.
You can dispel pipe. 100% you can dispel pipe.
So Brewmaster is picked up the Dominator.
Okay.
I mean, is that the thing? Like, is it? How impactful is it in like an individual fight?
I like it, honestly. I think it's similar to Vlad's in terms of concept. Like, you're just trying to buff up your whole team while you're in your brew split. Your split's going to do what it does while you're in it. And they're actually smoked up with this Helm Dom Blink Dagger.
Static Storm available.
Yeah.
Ready to go on Kaka. They got this, man. He's so close to the Blink Dagger. Go. Perfect. The Hawk coming in as well. They got the stun. Has stick charges, but was never going to be enough.
I think the most important kill to get other than like a Slark in this case, just because this Blink's Dagger on Sand King, that's a solid 3-minute delay in an item that he would have had.
I lied. Pipe isn't dispellable, but Crimson Guard is.
So I was right on both accounts.
I guess so. This has got to be...
Clip it.
All right, well...
I may not know a lot of things, but I know my mechanics, man. I think, sometimes.
Does anyone really know mechanics nowadays?
Yeah, they change every freaking patch.
True enough. Hey, look at this. Shadowblade Mookie trying to chase down No Tail. He does have a split. Weren't able to get off any stuns, so baited out.
He is so fast. Throws up this Slark immediately.
Yeah, you have that spell magic that you're talking about to catch this guy out. Brostrike trying to turn Static Storm down as well, but Mookie is out. Nobody in that Static Storm, although Kaka is going to die a second time now, again delaying that Blink Dagger. And
I don't think this is how you want to play this game if you're newbie. They don't take these fights into Spectre Haunt, into Brewmaster. Like, just force the split and chill. There should be someone in that top lane. Like, play for, I think, the later stages of this mid game.
You can't let yourself get baited in these fights again on the Sand King.
Especially because the Spectre's itemized this way, right?
Yeah.
He's going, and this is what I love to see, where he's going. He might have bought too much buildup, but I don't care because it enables them to continue fighting, and it he's farming, like they're offensive-minded items. This blade mail he's about to purchase could be a bit too much.
He does have Radiance also queued up, so maybe he's just kind of waiting.
No, he just purchased 2 parts of it.
Never mind.
It's less than the items and more about the way they're playing the game to counter the Slark is what you're doing.
Yeah, but I think this blade mail might be a little overboard just because now you're going to get into the territory where this Lesh is going to have a beacon before you even finish your Radiance.
Oh, Kaka, not again. He does have no Burrow Strike. And, well, glimpse away from Faith. No Tail thinking about chasing this one, but Kaka.
Slark is also going on that second item BKB, which I am very glad to see, as I mentioned in the draft.
Yeah, the issue I have with Radiance is that it's an early game item for the most part. The later you get it, the less effective it is, both at just doing damage in fights and helping you accelerate. Courier dies to no tail.
That's why I know that hero was called Slap Slap in our quiz.
That is spoilers.
No, you know, you got to give him a little taste, you know.
Blink finished on sinking finally.
And with that blink, are you thinking now you want to try and take those fights, get up in people's faces, or are you still waiting a little bit?
It's possible, but I think NEWBEE farms around the map a lot faster than OG does, and they still don't fight into split very well. Like, they don't have an initiation item on Doom, so it's not as if you can actually stop this Guru or this Spectre from getting an ult off.
Zeb. Going back in here, they also use the Bruce split off to the side. They found SC able to find the stun and the kill, and now turning towards more, seeing if they can take down Faith. He gets lifted up into the air. They do have Doom on KP. There's going to be the static storm connecting onto the world of Jerax. Seb is going to die though. The epicenter, and a lot of damage dealt. 2-hero push back by Jerax. The again glimpse away. Faith is never able to stay in these fights. So far, a trade of 1 for 1, looking like they'll be able to take down this clockwork as well. Tail is here, no split left. Still chasing, not doing enough damage. Doing what they can, and they decide to drop it. KP looking for vision, instead they turn their sights now over to the side and find themselves with DK still very tanky. And with Jared starting to drop down low, might just be keeping the DK out of the fight. 3 dead so far. Now Kaka trying to choose mana. He is going to be able to get it there with the stick. The Burrow Strike coming out with the Infernal Blade. Their body blocking with the illusions. As for it's going to be found, going to be killed. And 4 dead for OG.
Seb, just a little misplay there, extends towards the shrine and just gets immediately countered upon by a great epic burrow from Kaka, goes down.
Radiant's middle tower
That's still the key hero. Yeah, no tails at the top of the charts right now, but HOD Lincolns, I don't know about these items and whether they actually like. I like the HOD, especially when you walk around with the wolf creep, but Lincolns isn't. You're playing against Doom, so I can't really say I don't like the Lincolns either, but.
I feel like you just need aura items. I don't think that Lincoln's is all that great against Doom. He always takes creeps that just pop it for him. So I feel like if you're going to get Doom, you're going to get Doom the same way. The only difference is I think it's primarily for the Sand King, because that's the way they instantly initiate it onto him. That's the only validity I can give that. The Doom adds to it, but the Sand King makes it even better.
But Inspector did finish a Blade Mail as well, so he'll be going Radiance next. And, you know, in truth, against the Lesh, especially with this itemization from SCCC, like, he's going to be very squishy. He can't kill the Spectre because of the Blade Mail.
Yeah.
Net creep.
Maybe Kaka might be able to. There's the Blink Burrow, and Seb found out in the jungle he's going to go down.
I mean, I guess it's space, right? They're going to go to Roche in the meantime. And the nature of the Blade Mail is, of course, that you won't ever be in a position to fight immediately after killing a Spectre on a hero as squishy as Lesh.
They're also stacking up. Jared's picked up a Blade Mail as well, so there's ways to deal with Lesh. This is pretty solid.
I don't mind it.
Does it affect Warlock when you're Fatal Bones?
Yeah, as well, yes. I believe so. I mean, honestly, I have no idea anymore.
I definitely don't know that, but I was just curious because that could come into play. They have the Warlock plus Flushes, they're like main source of damage.
A great Roche call from OG. You need to take that down, and they're able to do that mostly due to the itemization of No Tail just getting the HOD. Which,
yeah, kind of sad that Spectre wasn't alive, though. I think she's by far their best Aegis carrier.
Yeah, I would agree.
Radiant's
give it to
middle
the DK?
tower
Yeah, you definitely would prefer it on the Spectre.
Well, so far, Tier 2 towers still standing for the Dire team. We've taken pretty significant map control, though, with all the other tier 1s down.
Yeah, the thing is, like, NEWBEE's teamfight, I think, is still superior if they're able to get a Doom off before a spell from OG, or before an ult from one of the key OG heroes, but the reach from OG is incredible right now, and they have this ability to find kills around the map so much easier than NEWBEE, who are kind of forced to just sort of hope they get a great smoke or good positioning like they have here. But that's a shadow like DK.
Kaka, they realize it. He blinks away. Oh my God, you can jab. Get out of there, mister. Do they catch him out, though? They're going to chase forward for more. They do get that kill, but everybody else...
It's still important that he did that. That's about best case scenario, I think, for NEWBEE there.
But you see how easy it is for OG to just take back map control. All they have to do is kind of charge and cast on.
Oh, he does have that blade mail. SC out of mana, though. And it looks like with the rest of these heroes moving in, it's going to back out again.
Yeah, they have BKB done on the Lesh, and they're going to have it done on the Slark as well. So this is probably prime opportunity for NEWBEE to fight, despite the fact that they
kind of have to. You kind of have to when you itemize for these two BKBs.
No haunt either.
Yeah. Then the Spectre, like, he's a ways away, but eventually he'll have a Radiance, and he's still going to be the strongest hero eventually. And it's a really tough game to call, in truth, because it's like, who gets out of control, right? I still think a Slark, if he gets up to like 15 essence shift stacks in the middle of a team fight, if they take out this Brew, right? If Brew dies, the team fight from OG disappears, because that Purge is going to be critical for them to actually outlast a Warlock.
Oh, they missed just barely. S4 going to walk towards mid, and now they bounce on MDL. They're trying to take this guy down. He does blink, or rather jump a wave, and going to pop the BKB to jump back into the Static Storm. The Static Storm looks already to boost it down. This is going to be Burst Strike 2 on 2. The follow is there as well from SCCC, and with the BKB, he doesn't care at all about those blade mills. The Doom Spectre is going to die. Now S4 also down for a first life. Midday, no kill. He's out of the ultimate now, able to dodge away from that first blade, but Mookie has eyes on S4, pops the ultimate. Where's the vision? They can't find him, and S4 just going to waddle away from him there. Well, No Tail is going to be killed off, so 4 dead ultra kill for SC.
They took a fight into the BKBs. Like that's the timing NEWBEE needed, right? And they crushed through it. I cannot believe OG gave them that fight. The moment Slark BKBs the glimpse, you can't get double stunned on the opposite hill. And OG just a little too confident. They think they have these two blade mails, they have the Aegis, but BKB effectively makes the blade mails worthless gold.
Yeah, that second item BKB, you know, I feel like one of us should have pointed that out. How that'd be a game changing purchase. Not kidding, but like the Disruptor blew ulti, preemptively assuming that Slark was going to get glimpsed. So not only did they take the fight into the BKB, but they also used one of their crucial ultimates to shut down like the Sand King or the Warlock.
And like that's okay if you're trading the spell, right?
Yeah.
Like you're trading the Disruptor ult for a BKB charge. That's fine. But the moment you engage afterwards, now it's a great trade because the Slark is still fighting with his BKB and the Disruptor has nothing to do anymore.
And if you were to take the fight with the BKB and you were like Disruptor ulting the Doom or the Warlock or something like that, they didn't even Warlock all on that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to point out.
I didn't even see how that happened, but they won that fight without it. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that spells a lot of fear for OG, but at the same time, these BKBs will whittle down.
Yeah, but the thing is, they've already served their purpose.
Yeah,
because they've won you the fight, they've taken the objective, and they've given you a lead. So now you have the BKB, and you're almost to that item you skipped to get it earlier. So you can accelerate just as fast, and you're now in a position where you're ahead, and you'll continue to win fights. If OG avoid that, I think since they have Aegis, as long as they maintain presence on the map, like, was Haunt even up for that engagement?
No, it wasn't.
Like that. Ooh, it's so scary. I can't believe that they actually engaged there.
I would love to see him go silver. I just said Echo Saber. It's so good against DK, Drew, and Spectre.
Well, in the meantime, they'll be trying to get control of their lanes and possibly get together to push a lane as well. Yep. Although they're going to constantly have to deal with this sort of spreading out of the map that we're seeing. But they have heroes that can do with that. Kaka on the Sand King. He kind of, you could argue, wants to stay with the team to be able to fight with them. But if it doesn't look like a fight's coming, I'm sure he'll go out there to push out the side lanes.
Arcane Rune on the Lash. This is where this hero gets scary. Another hero with some great talents. 5 armor, 15 strength, just from leveling up.
Pretty insane. No tail. That was the clap.
But he forced a BKB.
Okay.
That actually worked out pretty well.
See, that's the sort of play I like to see. That's what I would have loved to see, that middle. That's what they need to do while these BKBs are still up on
He's looking for fly.
Yeah.
No.
Find him. No tail. Spots him. Jump forward. The burrow. Oh, God. That was not the way they wanted that to go. And NEWBEE trying to run away. They still have that Oracle team, but he's lifted up right now. They bring down SC as well. Doom on the backside of them as SC is still being controlled. They do manage to get down the Warlock ulti, but is it enough? As Seb going to be controlled. Losing under the corner there as they're starting to take him down low. MDL was able to find a double kill up to the side and the flick away from No Tail.
These are exactly the kind of fight Slark's want. Two separate fights going on at once. He's just taking a 2-on-2 in the back line, just mooching off of this doomed DK in order to get SC stacks.
And No Tail goes in. I like they go for the ledge because he has no BKB, but effectively that means that he's just going to run away and kite, right? And there's Mookie Slark on the back line. A Doom on the DK before he can get a spell off. And all of a sudden, like, what?
And
how do you want to play?
Third item, Silver Edge.
It's like me and Moogie are one.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Not bad, BSJ. This is why they pay the big bucks.
Wait, we're getting paid?
Well, your joke's even funnier some subscribers.
Yeah, the joke's even funnier the third time. So the Crimson Guard is done on the Doom, but as we learned, it is purgeable. So maybe he doesn't know that. Maybe he's got Kyle level mechanics.
I still can't believe Pipe isn't in Crimson Guard.
Yeah,
I swear I've done it before and seen the animation like stay on.
KP, keeping it Kyle.
Well, Moogie, on the other hand, carrying the game with the BSJ and Purge.
Yeah, and you can see also, Seb has just said, okay, screw the Radiance. And this is the issue with that Blade Mail, right? Where I like it, you liked it in the moment, but it puts you in a position where you take one bad fight, and all of a sudden, you're just behind the entire game, and now it feels almost hopeless for OG in that they don't even have this prayer of, okay, we'll get this item, it'll change the game. What item changes the game? They have a Lincoln's on Brew, that doesn't matter. The BKB on Dragon Knight, he can still get doomed. What's going to give them a win?
Oh, little miss there as well. They do have a ward for the Glimpse. Try and pull back, and that will at least get them a kill on the Sand King, probably. But
what I love about NEWBEE right now is they actually put a gem on Slark.
Yep.
The second it's BKB, we're going to take map control. Slark, probably the best carrier in the game for Jim, because you know exactly when you can't possibly miss a ward as long as you're walking around the map. And since it's nighttime as well for the next 2.5 minutes or so, there's just no way you're killing this.
You're also playing against Shadowblade DKs, and the only way you really die this game is if you get stunned before Dark Pact.
Yeah, before you see the guy.
Yeah, it's kind of guarantees he's going to get it off consistently.
So 29 minutes in, it's a 10,000 gold lead, 16-18, and we've talked about it. That timing with the BKBs hit it so hard, and now they've got these other items that are going to allow them to just constantly find these pickoffs. If you're OG now, what's the game plan? Because you kind of failed off on getting the maximum value out of those blade mails. Where do you go from here?
I'm honestly not really sure. They get a BKB on DK, but like this was always going to be the issue with their draft, which was if you get to a point and you run out of damage, you become an item behind. You can't kill Slark Doom Lesh effectively, and there's so much team fight and support from the 4-5 of combo of Kaka and Faith that even if you all in a core and kill him, like the turnaround potential is just out of this world. And I just don't see how you deal with either Slark or Lesh at this point, let alone both of them. And a Doom. Like,
so you're saying you need to take the fight when not all the heroes are there. That's what you're
kind of, but the way they played the first 20 minutes of the game was near flawless. It really all comes down to the one fight they lose, and that's the benefit and the reason I think me and BSJ back NEWBEE's draft is that it's more forgivable. It feels like OG had to play better the whole game and stay ahead by a move or two, and if they can't do that, it's most unfortunate.
I also love that Moogie took the level 15 lifesteal talent. A lot of people are not really sure what they want to take on this, and the idea is that he knows the only way he can't really play his game is if he sees these blade mails that the target he's going on. Rather than giving himself more damage, he gives himself basically 20% negation on the damage he'll take from blade mail.
I also like that he went Leash as well.
Yeah, really good against Spectre.
Yep, it guarantees that you can hunt Spectre, especially with the Silver Edge, because I mean you're going to hit him for 5 seconds with no passives available for him.
Be good all-around game there. No Tail itemizing for the Slark eventually by trying to pick up the sheep stick, but it is still a long ways off. Yeah. Delaying the game now feels like the main way that you have to play it if you're OG. While NEWBEE keep sure that the lanes are pushed up. They put some disc on the Lesh. really impossible to take that hero to Clockwork for a strike through. And that is a dead Jarex.
That's the 5 instant shift stacks from the Spectre previously. Oh god, how much easier.
And now they're just falling apart. Death is not an initiation, but Ed4 is going in, and he's looking just about dead. The Haunts try and turn it, but Faith is there with his own ultimate. They're starting to bring down one. Is it going to be enough to kill off Faith? It looks like the answer is yes. But can they take anyone? Kaka also trying to run the root split. Still working here as well as they try and find their way out of this. Is Kaka just going to be able to walk away, and he is fine. Now the Brew almost done as well. No Tail trying to jump away. He does have a TP as well as another blink in seconds. Looking to escape, and Kaka not quite in range.
He had stunned away earlier, otherwise that's a sure kill. A great try though from Mugi. That pounce was maybe a frame or two behind, just catching the Brew immediately as he came out of split. You can see like Lesh is late to that fight, and it doesn't matter because Clock is dead, and the DK even after BKBing just gets doomed. He just has to run away. Like, you can't play Dota anymore, and all of a sudden, all their damage is a Brew split and a Spectre with no Radiance, and that's just not enough to really make a dent in the newbie lines. Yeah, you can kill the Warlock, but even that's a task at the moment. He has a Glimmer at 1500 health. It's just a really rough game.
Slark had 12 agility stacks before that, so 36 free agility. That's no joke, and I'm surprised they took that fight knowing that he had just tried to kill the Spectre and then killed the Clockwork. Slark's a completely different hero when he has 10 or more SS shift stacks going into a fight. Looks like he's got 27. That's after a fight, so I'm just saying, I hope they don't fight a 27 SS shift Slark. Top lane, they do catch the Jarex Clockwork out of position, but they will glimpse the Sand King away. Meanwhile, mid lane, though, 6 seconds to complete.
30, 31, keep it going. NEWBEE not wanting to stop at all.
Shiva's now on the Doom as well. This Devour Gold talent starting to stack up. They're all so farmed, and it just feels
Radiant's middle tower.
Their draft is too good at this point. Like I can't give you a way for OG to come back into it because they have the impetus to make things happen. They have to stay ahead, especially based on the way they're at. As soon as you make one mistake.
God. Static Storm is down there. There's a buyback from the Spectre, but NEWBEE just constantly running forward, taking down the buildings. And Seven keep on throwing out these as much as he wants. It's going to be a little bit harder for NEWBEE to regen. Actually, having that Spear Messenger or the Urn Charge on him is hurting a little bit, but still walking away. Epicenter out there onto several. Zeb trying to make it happen. Don't get the blade mail for him. The turnaround. The forward and stop. NEWBEE finds him. It's another dead hero. The Clockwork hook in, but it's all just so sporadic and not fully on top of all these heroes. NEWBEE dropped the loads already, and that guy's coming back. Doesn't look though like Clockwork is going to be coming back as they also find the Brew, a follow-up stun, one by one, by one. OG in the grave.
S-Triple-C even choosing to get the evasion talent instead of a 50 Pulse Nova, so you can see him be targeted by the Spectre for a lot of that fight. DK Brew trying as well, but you just can't actually take him down. He just cheats. What's up, boys?
There, by the way, he was trying to cut creep waves. He did manage to take a melee barracks, but NEWBEE, bigger sights for them. They're taking down the other tier 3 tower.
Oh wow, I didn't even realize.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Wow, they lost the lane of Rash.
NEWBEE is going to probably come close to...
It does not matter, but that's something like Kyle said, did not eat.
Radiant's bottom barracks has
Can't be. It's not like you're some sort of oracle DS. You're gonna miss something here or there.
Radiant's
You've done a great job.
Nobody's perfect.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
My goodness gracious, NEWBEE.
I mean, OG's not gonna GG out unless they get Megad and then lose like 3+ heroes. Just the way they operate.
Radiant's top barracks are under
Ward's
attack.
dropped inside the base. Spectre picking up a Sanjin Yasha. Whatever items they can get right now, hold these last buildings for all you're worth. And Kaka, Scepter, as he tries to save NEWBEE, jumps forward. He is going to be able to get off the split there, but the turnaround as well with the Golem, the lift up now onto Slark, immediately going to take away as well. He pops the BKB, pops his ultimate, turns on the S4, trying to stack up the shafts, and it does look like he's going to be able to escape. Kaka, epicentering the ground, not really doing enough damage yet. They're starting to do though. Oh my gosh. It's a big problem, and starting to fall down low. Another Infernal Blade comes out. Jarex is gone. Fake battling one-on-one versus Fly, but the creeps might end up taking this one in the end. As OG fall further and further behind. Buybacks for everybody. And Clockwork going to walk in. Pops the blade mill. Again, the right click's coming in with that life seal. Not enough to dissuade him from going any further forward. Sends in for 40. Golem's going to finish off this last lane of racks.
Radiant's top
And OG OG. The death throes of a team going down one game in this first best of 3. It's Big Daddy No Tail also going to fall.
Pretty sure the game's over. There we go, there's the GG's. Something OG is like their entire history. They never give up before a game is 100,000%. It depends on the mentality. I think if that's something that benefits your team, let's keep doing it. There are certainly games